So, today is, what is today? Monday, July 25th, uh, 2022. Um, I went to work this morning, got back, um, and made sure I got back early enough that it wasn't, I could go for a run before it got too hot out, and or the sun got up too high in UV index. But it turned out it was just going to be an overcast morning, so I didn't really have to worry about it. But it was going to be humid and kind of warm. So anyway, I just figured, well, I'll still make haste and try to get out there as soon as possible. So I was out there by 9, right at 9, when the local bell was tolling or telling 9. And so since then, I got back, rehydrated or drank enough water to let the body, hydrate itself, and took a shower. And anyway, yeah, this is freshly out of the shower and blow dried, because I kind of tend to have to do that now because it's long enough that air drying, it takes forever, and especially if I plan on taking a nap, which I do. I don't, want to take a nap on wet hair. So anyway, so this is what it looks like. This is the state that it is at, and yes, it is. It's a lot for me. This is the longest it's ever been, and also my throat's a little bit because I've been, breathing, and I haven't properly cleared my throat. But yeah, so I think it's been a little while since I showed exactly what it looks like when it's like this, and yeah, so it'll because I don't use any product or anything or put anything in my hair, just shampoo, conditioner, and then then the environment, does the rest, So, and I probably should get it cut or trimmed or whatever to, because the ends, I'm sure, are, damaged and frayed and split and all that, and they probably could stand, but I like it looking like how it looks, just kind of natural, and it doesn't require, at least I mean, I don't really know what if it looks good, but I'm sure I'd get a lot of opinions from a lot of people about, oh, you need to be putting this in your hair, you need to be buying this and using this daily, and spending like this much money and all this stuff, and it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. Oh, and you need to get your hair cut every so often to, while you're growing it out, to do this or that. It's like, no, I don't think I'm going to be doing that. And all along, when I was growing my hair out, I didn't even know that there was a thing called an awkward phase, and then you have to tough it out and get through that. This awkward phase, something about the length of the side and back versus the length of the front, and yeah, there was a, but it was only when I was running that I was really concerned about, because it kept falling in my eyes. And it was like, God, I guess I'll just deal with it. But there's also like, I discovered that there's actually like a thing for a support group for men who grow their hair long and who have long hair, because apparently men need a support group for that sort of thing, because it's like apparently it's like it's like a cultural anomaly, at least here, in America, I guess, or at least it's really uncommon. But at least since the pandemic, it seems like it's been becoming more common, at least, because I grew my hair out once before, not this long, but I did grow it out, and it got to about shoulder length or so, maybe a little bit past shoulder length. But I only grew it out for less than 2 years before I got it cut for reasons. And but I missed my long hair after I got it cut, and I just kept it short for the longest time. And then my alcoholic drinking career made sure it stayed short because I didn't have to think about it. It was just I just one less thing to have to maintain, and I didn't even consider it really. Never crossed my mind. It was only after I got sober and then the pandemic came around, and I was like, well, it's already getting longer, and it's winter, and I always wear my hair longer throughout the winter because I don't like hats. So I let my hair grow long in the winter, towards winter. So I let my hair be my hat. And then after the pandemic started happening in the winter of 2020 into the spring of 2020, and barbershops closed and hair salons and stylists and all that stuff. Well, it was kind of like, well, I guess it's just going to not get cut. It's like, okay. And it wasn't a big deal to me, but it was a big deal to a lot of people because they had never had to not get a haircut before, or they were like confused that, oh my gosh, I'm going to have longer than what I think of me, my self-image is what I look like. And it was like a whole thing when the barbershop started opening it. Oh, you get to go get your hair cut. And then it was, and I just, it's like, yeah, okay. And it's like, no. And then it was for like a while there, people were kept telling me that the barbershops were open and, you can get your hair cut. It's like, okay, thank you. It's like, no. And I first it felt like I had to defend myself. Seriously, like, no, I'm okay. I've grown my hair out before. I'm not planning on getting a cut. It's like, and it was strange at first. People thought it was like, It's like I had to get their approval. Like it was not. Something's wrong. And yeah, so people have gotten used to it since then. But and I could swear that I'm not the only one. It's just. Maybe it's just different because it's me or something. They just weren't used to me because they had met me with short hair. But I've had long hair before. It's not abnormal to me. This is abnormal to me, getting it this long, but I think it's cool. I like it. And I'm the only one that lives with it. So it's like, what business is it of anyone else's? I take care of it. I guess I don't have to look at me very often. I look at me here, but I don't know. I guess as long as I'm okay with it, then I don't know. I'm not looking for any sort of position or job that requires me to look a certain way or buy a certain set of clothes. Yeah. So anyway, the hair, as far as I'm concerned, it's sticking around. And I just think it's fun, so, and it's different, so, so anyway, I know that, my watch, it looks the same as any other time I show it, except for the date here, but, it's like my runs of 77, it's like, yeah, that looks the same every time, but it is what it is, and it's like, I know I'm out there, I know I'm doing it, I don't require any proof because I'm not doing it for any reason other than my own personal satisfaction and sanity. It's for exercising my body and exorcising my demons. So there you go. At least that's the phrase. That's the theory, at least. because if I'm just too tired to worry about all the things, then I don't worry about all the things. Because I was thinking about how I really need to monitor and kind of reevaluate where my attention is going and how I'm paying attention. Not only to what I'm paying attention, but how I'm paying attention. Because right now it's like I am just I feel bombarded and saturated by doom and gloom about the end of the world, and it's like, yes, I know, I get it. I've seen the world. It's getting worse, and no one seems to care. And yeah, it's like all these stories about how terrible the world is, and how bad things are, and how no one cares, and no one's doing anything, and it's just getting worse. And oh, look here, here's another story about how bad things are. Oh, and here's this tragedy of how bad things are. And here's this story of how bad things are. And oh, look at this. This is how bad things are. Oh, and look at this terrible thing, and this terrible thing, and that terrible thing, and this terrible thing, and these terrible people who are doing this, and these terrible people who are doing that. And it's like, okay, thanks. And it's like, I'm already doing, I mean, as far as I can tell, it's like I'm already doing as much as I know how to do within my ability. And it's like, maybe I could be doing more, but I don't know how. And it's like all these things that I see, it's like, it makes me feel, just guilty for being alive. Guilty for being a part of a system which, I didn't create, but I was born into. And I am a consumer of products, and because I cannot sustain myself, because I was brought up in a culture where a consumer culture, and I'm totally complicit and part of the system, which is compromising the natural order, and killing. So there's that. But and then the constant reminders of how bad things are, and it's just like, yeah. And I have my own thoughts and theories about inevitabilities and eventualities, which it doesn't make me feel good, but it allows me, I get permission to be okay. That I just keep doing what I'm doing, and it'll work itself out. It just won't work itself out the way anyone wants it to, and it will not be convenient to our sensibilities and our way of life, because all of that's got to change, and we're not going to like it, and it's going to well, I guess we'll find out. Maybe I'll be surprised, but the end of the world has already happened. We just don't know it yet. We'll find out. It'll be exciting. It'll be a surprise. But we will survive. That's the thing. We will survive. Just our way of life has to stop. It will. We'll try to hang on to it for as long as possible. But we'll eventually have to give it up. And everything will get reshaped, reorganized, reprioritized, and it'll just have to. I don't know. But anyway, I don't want to go that way. I don't want to go that far or that direction. This was just about showing off what my hair looked like when it was freshly out of the shower. That's all. So anyway, I've done that. So I guess that's all I have to say or show. It's like show and tell. I mean, look at that. Look how long that is. That's just crazy. And you can see like the sun damage, or it's like a lot darker at the top than it is at the ends. And that's just natural. Of course, there is a lot of gray in it. There's a lot more gray in it than there would have been years past. There's like streaks of gray through there, and a streak of gray up here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not going to show it off too much, but it's cool. I don't know. I don't see any reason to change it. So anyway, there was my vanity piece. Of course, all of this is vanity. It's me being on camera, but I'm not really. This is not about. I don't promote. I don't advertise. People might accidentally wander in and watch 13 seconds of something, and that just gives me like, it's like, oh, somebody watched a little bit and then they ran away. That's what I figure. They watched something I wasn't supposed to. So it's like, but no one ever watches like the whole thing, so they don't have any idea what this is about. And so, secret's safe with me, and I don't have to worry about it. The story I'm telling, only I know. So that's kind of cool in a way. Only I know the story, because it's complementary with the writing. This is like the annotation. This is the complement to the writing, and the writing is the complement to this, and they work together. Separate, they do not really tell the whole story. Nothing really tells the whole story. I don't even tell the whole story. So, I know. I don't know, sometimes. I'm trying to not take myself so seriously, or the world, or other people. Because if I take everything so seriously, I just won't make it. I won't survive. I will find something and fixate on something until it destroys me. Because the world is too much. Everything is too much. And it's just a lot of suffering and chaos, and I can't participate and contribute and witness the catastrophe. I can't bear witness to all of it. I see too much. I feel too much. So it's like I have to step back. I can't watch it all. Because I am just so powerless to help with much of any of it. I can do what I can do, but I don't know how to do more than what I'm already doing. And no one can ask me. Because if people ask, or people infer, and what's been done has been done. The rest, it's not up to me. I wish I could do more. That's not my job. I'm allowed to have my opinions on things. They are not popular opinions. I keep them to myself. I don't think anybody wants to hear my opinion. It's safer for me to keep it to myself. So, anyway, so that was a light, upbeat anecdote. So with that, I should go. And I definitely need to go take a nap. So that's what I'm going to do. Until next time.